You know what I miss? I miss the old Elon. The tweeting about Dogecoin Elon. The badass Elon. That was the best Elon. When Elon was tweeting about Dogecoin and making it moon and pumping up my bags, that was the best Elon. The Elon that we have now is like a little bit different and a lot of bit of a drama queen who is moving economies on his own. It's like a Tesla has a market cap of a small third world country. Tesla shares right now are trading at a 2-year low. That's actually crazy. Yeah, people a year ago, 2 years ago, they were saying that this was going to be bigger than Apple, Tesla, a automotive company, even though they do a little bit more than that. So I'm going to react to the CNBC segment about Tesla shares, and then I'm going to pull up a chart and then give you my thoughts about Elon. We'll also touch on Twitter too. Don't forget about Twitter. Okay, here we go.
Rebounding ever so slightly today. The stock is down roughly 25%. That's just for the month of November. Our Phil LeBeau has more in a name that has vastly underperformed the broader automotive sector, Phil.
Easily, by a wide margin, David, down more than 50% year to date. Take a look at what's happened to Tesla over the last 2 years. You talk about a roller coaster ride, because we're looking at shares now trading at a 2-year low.
Isn't that such a crazy chart? Like when you just look at the line chart, it's like even more crazier than the candlesticks.
And that had a nice move. You know, it was sort of towards the middle to...
And this is accounting for stock splits. Like, I want to say that Tesla has had like 3 stock splits just in the last like 4 years.
End of 2020, when you really start to see shares accelerate, well, they've given all that up now, despite the fact that when you look at the metrics behind the profits and losses.
Make sure you keep watching, because we're going to talk about some of the big components of why Tesla stock might be going down, like some of the bigger political components to this.
And manufacturing and production from Tesla, there's no indication that the company is slowing down. Take a look at this. Revenue this year up 579% compared to 2021. EBITDA up 167%. Deliveries up 45%. Just a hair under their guidance, if you will, their rough guidance of increasing deliveries on an annual basis by at least 50%. And then in terms of its market share, at least here in the United States, they're still king of the hill. Roughly 2 out of every 3 electric vehicles sold in this country are Tesla models.
Those are pretty crazy numbers. Like, you can't lie, those are pretty crazy numbers. Of 579% revenue. I mean, a lot of other companies can't say that. I mean, especially an automobile company. And it's just like, damn. Because Tesla used to be in a way worse financial position. And they would still, like, their stock will get crushed, right? So then once you see good financial numbers, it's already priced in. Like, that's what sucks sometimes. When you're priced for perfection and then you hit perfection, it's like, so then it's not perfect enough?
That's not going to change anytime soon. Do we expect that market share to come down, let's say, over the next year to 2 years? Yeah, likely, but right now their average selling price...
This Tesla's market share has to go down. There are so many people out for Elon Musk right now. Like, I'm not the only one who's thinking this.
Just over $51,000. So that brings up the question, why are shares under pressure? Well, a lot of it has to do with Elon Musk. In part, you've had the Tesla stock sales, which had to go to fund his acquisition of Twitter. And on top of that, if you look at what he has been tweeting and what he has been saying about Tesla, there really hasn't been much in the last month and a half. And as a result, there's no story to drive this stock. And
you know, that actually does make a lot of sense. It's the story the last 2 months has been Twitter. So if you're an existing Tesla shareholder and you're seeing that, you're sort of like, damn, Elon, like why are you just gonna like let me out to dry like that? Like, you're just gonna throw me away like that after I've been supporting you for all these years? This is how some Tesla shareholders think. Like, I'm being real with you guys. This is a cult fan base, and I don't have any bias.
Over the last day or two, a lot of the stories are, is business slowing down in China? Take a look at Tesla versus GM and Toyota. This is the indication of how far Tesla has fallen relative to other automakers, guys. It is down, what, 51%, and then you've got GM and Toyota down 21 and 31%. So it is a case where right now, if you are a Tesla investor, you're wondering, where's the story? Because this is what drives this stock right now.
Yeah, that's a great point, Phil. Obviously, we should still point out it's roughly tenfold, the market cap, tenfold that.
I really wonder, and maybe you guys can answer this in the comments down below, but I'm really wondering if like Tesla long-term shareholders, if they are like buying this dip hard. Like I'm really wondering like for the people who have huge money in Tesla, like I wonder if they are like putting more money into it as we speak right now, or are they waiting for stuff to cool down and see what Elon's doing? Like I wonder, like as someone who would have maybe $5 billion, like think of like hedge funds and like huge institutions, they're probably thinking like, wow, we don't know what Elon's gonna do. So that's like part of it. When you don't know what he's gonna do, it's good and bad. Like it's good and bad.
Of GM or Ford, but you know, I wonder, is there a linkage between Twitter and the performance of which, of course, we don't know a lot about anymore, at least in the stock market. It's a private company,
Right.
but it is solely owned by Mr. Musk. You pointed out he's not tweeting as much about Tesla. He's clearly got his focus on Twitter, it would seem. Is there a linkage?
And I'll pull
Is
up
there
some
anything
Elon
you would
tweets,
point to
too.
in terms of the weakness in Tesla because of what's going on Twitter?
Mainly that he is more focused on Twitter, and he's not as focused in terms of whether it's tweeting, whether it's doing anything so people remember that Tesla is out there. That has been so much of what has driven Tesla over the last couple of years, David, and that's not happening right now. If you look at what he's tweeting about the changes at Twitter that are happening and how it's a public town square, whatever it is. There's very little, almost no tweets about Tesla.
But Phil, let's step back and consider what you're actually saying here. This is a stock that over 2 years is about flat in Tesla. Over 3 years, it's up over 700%. Okay,
Right.
So it's had this monster move, and somehow, to some degree, the stock performance was highly dependent on how much the CEO tweeted about it. Right? I mean,
Well,
you mentioned all the fundamentals, but there's also worried about
the-
China stock demand, China Tesla
Sure.
demand as well is filtered in.
Well, Mike,
It's like fundamentals has somewhat to do with it, but then it's also there's a point where fundamentals just get thrown out the window and people just hit the buy button, like max bidding at a certain degree.
I'm not saying that Elon Musk is the only reason that the stock moves up or moves down. Look what's happened over the last 3 years, or the last 5 years, when you have the Model Y, the Model 3, the accelerating sales, the accelerating production. Let's talk about what they have on deck right now. Tell me what's next for Tesla, aside from December 1st and the beginning of deliveries for the Tesla semi-trucks, which is not going to move the needle. What else is out there? All right, maybe they pick a new manufacturing facility in the next year. There is nothing fundamentally with that business that is driving momentum right now.
Yeah, certainly remarkable. If you plot Tesla, GM against each other for the last 3 or 6 months, pretty amazing what's going on.
And we'll all right, now we'll pull up the chart. We'll pull up the chart for Tesla. But as you can see here, we're here at 300. And then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 weeks later, it's cut in half. Like the market cap was cut in half. Almost. From 300 almost down to 150. So as soon as you hit this 150 level, if we do, you would like to see some kind of buyer step in. I mean, you know, it's not asking a lot, but you would like to see some buyers step in right here at this level. If not, like it can come down more. I could also see it coming down to this level and sort of chopping. I could see it chopping down at this area for a while. There is just so much news with Tesla. Like this is a lot. Like if you have to be an active trader. You have to be super active. You have to have his notifications on. You have to have everything set up if you are wanting to follow Elon and follow Tesla. It's a lot to handle. I'm not gonna lie. So we go on Elon's Twitter and we see something like this, and you know, like Elon owns Twitter. Like, you know, I'm saying this like Elon owns it. I'm looking at it. Elon owns this shit now. It's sort of wild to say that, but like this makes people mad. You know, I don't have any comments on it. I don't have any comments on it, but like I can tell you straight up, this makes people mad, mad, mad. And it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Things like that. He brought back Kanye West. It's making certain people, certain political parties, certain political figures mad. And I will say that. But this is it's some sort of war that we see going on because they have so much money. It's like, what do you do? What do you do when he has so much money? Like, what do you do to him? Tell me, guys, what can you do to someone who has the most money in the world? On paper, what's the only thing you can do? This. This is the only thing you can do to someone who is rich on paper to affect them. This goes for anyone with pockets. If you're in the markets, this right here is how you get people under your control. Y'all like that one? Let me know in the comments if you like that one or not. That's getting pretty deep. And guys, if you want to see live alerts, trading alerts, whatever I'm doing at the moment, like any announcements I have, join the Discord, join this community. We're really trying to grind this up. Like, we're trying to be on that next level. We're trying to have that Giga Chad Discord. That's what we're working on, but it just starts one day at a time. And lastly, the last thing I wanted to say, I want to give a little update on Grindr. I don't know if you know, this was a stock that just debuted last week. It's sort of like a swipe right type app for LGBTQ+. But this had an absolutely insane pump. And you'll just have to check out the video to see what I said about it. But all I can say is that we were sort of on the money. And we did not trade it, but we were on the money with it. And right now it's sitting down here at 14. So soon it might be looking interesting. Yo, please make sure you like and subscribe. Anything helps. Any support helps. Drop a comment if you enjoyed the video. And have a great day. Peace.